Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So class 8, welcome to the physics class, and this is our first physics class after the summer vacations. Now we are going to do the exercises of chapter number 2. So we know that chapter number 2 is measurement, and we have already completed the explanation of this chapter before the summer vacations, and today we are going to discuss the exercises of this chapter. I am also sending you the PDF of exercises, but we will also discuss them here. So in this lesson we have learned about density, mass, volume of a substance. So let's begin the exercises of this chapter number 2. So here first question is tick the correct options, in which first part is which of the following statements is incorrect. Now here are 4 options and you have to choose the correct one. So part A is equal volumes of different substances have different masses. So this is correct, as we have already done in the lesson that if volumes are equal and there are different substances, two different substances are there, their volumes are equal but they have different masses. This we have already discussed, like kerosene and water. If we take them in equal volumes, even then they have different masses. Water is heavier than kerosene. So we know that if we take kerosene and water in a glass, then and volumes are equal, but even then they have different masses. A glass of water will weigh more than glass of kerosene. This is because molecules in water are more densely packed than kerosene. So kerosene is lighter than water. So water has more mass than kerosene. So we can say that water is heavier than kerosene. So in this way we can say that if volumes are equal, even then two different substances will have different masses. Now part B is equal masses of different substances have different volumes. This is also correct, as we know we have discussed in the lesson that equal masses of different substances have different volumes. We may take the example of iron and cotton. If 1 kg of iron is taken and 1 kg of cotton is taken, we will see that iron is occupying less space and cotton is occupying more space, even though they are equal in masses. So we can say that equal masses of different substances have different volumes, and this also depends upon their molecular arrangement. The more denser occupies less space, and less denser will occupy more space. Now part C is density is the characteristic property of a substance. It is true, as we know that different substances have different densities, but density of a substance never changes. If we change the shape or size of that substance, density remains the same even on changing the shape or size of the substance. So density is the characteristic property of a substance because it depends on the molecular arrangement. So we can say that it is the characteristic property of a substance. Now next part D is equal masses of different substances have same volumes. Now this part D is incorrect. This is incorrect because we know that different substances have different molecular arrangement, so their density depends on the arrangement of the molecules. So if the molecules are closely packed, then the substance is more dense, it has more mass, and if the molecules are loosely packed, then it has less mass or its density is less. So equal masses of different substances have different volumes, they don't have the same volumes. Now next question is the density of copper is 8.9 gram per cubic centimeter and that of iron is 7.8 gram per cubic centimeter. So which of the following is the correct statement? So here are also four options, and option 1 is equal masses of copper and iron have equal volume. This is incorrect because if masses are equal, volumes are different as they are different substances. Option 2 is the volume of a certain mass of iron is more than the volume of equal mass of copper. This is also incorrect. And equal volumes of copper and iron have equal masses. This is also incorrect. So the correct one is D. The mass of certain volume of copper is more than the mass of equal volume of iron. Now mass of copper is more than the mass of iron, though they are having equal volumes. Copper is heavier than iron, though if we take them in equal volumes, even then copper is heavier than iron because its mass is more than iron, or it depends on the molecular arrangement of both the metals. Now question number 3 is which of the following is the incorrect relation? Here or also there are four options. D equals to m upon v. We know that density equals to mass upon volume. This is correct. Volume equals to mass upon density. This is also correct. Mass equals to density upon volume. This is incorrect as we know that mass equals to density into volume. So option C is incorrect. Now question number 4 is a silver block of density 10.5 gram per cubic centimeter has a volume of 30 cubic centimeter. Which of the following is the correct mass of the block? So to calculate the mass of the block, what is the formula? Mass equals to density into volume. So multiply 10.5 and 30 and you will get the answer 315 gram. Option B is the correct one. Now next question is fill in the blanks. The mass per unit volume of a substance is called its weight or density. It is called its density as we know that density equals to mass per unit volume of a substance. Number 2 is the SI unit of density is kilogram per cubic centimeter or kilogram per cubic meter. So kilogram per cubic meter is correct. Now next is 1 gram per cubic centimeter equals to 100 or 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. So the answer is 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. Fourth one is the density of water in the SI system is 1 kilogram per cubic meter or 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. The answer is 1000 kilogram per cubic meter. Now fifth one is a dash is a glass or metal beaker with a spout on its one side. So what is it? Eureka can or measuring cylinder? As you know that Eureka can has a spout on one of its sides. So it is Eureka can. Now next question is state whether true or false and rewrite the false statements correctly. So first one is density bottle can store a fixed volume of liquid. This is true as we know that the volume of the bottle is 25 milliliter or 50 milliliter. Now second is when the relative density of a substance is 1.97, its density will be 1970 gram per cubic centimeter. This is false. Relative density of a substance is the density of substance upon density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. And density of water at 4 degrees Celsius is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. So if relative density is 1.97, density will also be 1.97. Now third is density tells us how dense a substance is in comparison to water. Not the density but the relative density tells us how dense a substance is in comparison to water. So in place of density you have to write relative density as we know that relative density is the ratio of density of substance to density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Now next is when the relative density of a substance is less than 1, it will float in water. This is true because if it relative density is less than 1, it means the substance is lighter than water, so it will float in water, because we know that the density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter, and if the relative density of the substance is less than that of water, it will float in water. Now next is the density of a substance in its solid state is the maximum. This is true as we know that molecules in a solid are very closely packed, tightly packed. So solids are more dense than liquids and gases. The density of substance in its solid state is the maximum. This is true. Now next is fill in the blanks. Blank number 1 is dash is a small glass bottle having a glass topper with a narrow hole. Density bottle or burette, it is density bottle. Now second is dash has no unit, relative density or density. So relative density has no unit. As we know, relative density is the ratio of density of substance to density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. So relative density has no unit. Third is dash is the ratio of mass of a substance to the mass of an equal volume of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Volume or relative density, that is also relative density, as we know that relative density is also the ratio of mass of a substance to the mass of an equal volume of water at 4 degrees Celsius. Now fourth is when relative density of a substance is greater than 1, it is dash than water. So when the relative density of substance is greater than 1, it is heavier than water. As we know that the density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. So if the relative density of the substance is greater than 1, it is heavier than water. Now fifth is density of a substance is dash in its gaseous state, maximum or minimum. So density of substance is minimum in its gaseous state, as we know that molecules or particles in the gaseous state are very loosely packed, so density is minimum here. Now density of ice is dash 1 gram per cubic centimeter or 0.917 gram per cubic centimeter. So the answer is 0.917 gram per cubic centimeter, as we know that the density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter, and water in its solid form becomes lighter, or the solid form of water is ice, so it is lighter than water. So the density of ice is less than 1, that is it is 0.917 gram per cubic centimeter. As we know, when water changes to its solid state, the molecules on freezing, they move slightly apart, so volume increases and density decreases. Now again the next exercise is tick the correct options. Here first question is which of the following is the correct statement. So the buoyant force on an object is equal to the volume of the liquid displaced by it. The buoyant force on an object is equal to the weight of the object. The buoyant force on an object is equal to the volume of the object. And fourth one is the buoyant force on an object is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by its immersed part. So this is the correct one, as we know that there are two forces acting on an object when it is immersed in any liquid. First is the weight of the object, and second is the buoyant force which is exerted, which is the upward force exerted by water on that object. So now what is the buoyant force? It is equal to the weight of the liquid which is displaced by the immersed part of that object. So correct option is D1. Now second question is when the weight of an object is greater than the buoyant force, the object will, option 1 is float partially above the surface of the liquid. Second option is float just above the surface of the liquid. Third is sink in the liquid. Fourth is float in the liquid. So if the weight of the object is greater than the buoyant force, it will sink in the liquid because it is heavier than the liquid, so it will sink in the liquid. So option C is the correct one. Now question 3 is a piece of plastic floats in water. The buoyant force acting on the piece will be A option 0, second option more than the weight of the piece, third less than the weight of the piece, equal to the weight of the piece, fourth option. So more than the weight of the piece. B option is the correct one. As we know that if the buoyant force which is acting on an object is more than the weight of that object, then that object will float in water or in any liquid. So here the piece will float if the buoyant force is more. Now next question is fill in the blanks. Blank 1 is an object sinks in water when its density is greater or less than the density of water. So it is obvious. If the object is heavier than water, it will sink. So if the object sinks in water when its density is greater than the density of water. Next is an object floats in a liquid P but sinks in the liquid Q. The density of liquid Q is less than the density of liquid P. Because object floats in liquid P, it means that the object is lighter than liquid P, or the object has less density than liquid P, or liquid P has more density. But the same object sinks in liquid Q, it means it is heavier than liquid Q, or liquid Q has less density. So we can say that the density of liquid Q is less than the density of liquid P. Now next is when the weight of an object is dash, the buoyant force, the object will float in the liquid just below the surface of the liquid. So if the weight of the object is equal to the buoyant force, if the weight of the object and buoyant force they both are equal, then only the object will float in the liquid just below the surface of the liquid if both are equal. Now next is an object floats with its more portion dash the surface of the liquid having more density than that of the liquid having less density. So answer is outside. If the object floats in a liquid which is more dense, then most of its portion will be outside the surface of the liquid. Next is the hydrometer used to test the purity of milk is called monometer or lactometer. It is called lactometer. The hydrometer which is used to test the purity of milk is called lactometer. Next is a person can swim easily in seawater than in fresh water because the density of seawater is dash than the density of fresh water, that is greater. Less or greater, the answer is greater. So if the water is more dense, seawater is more dense than fresh water, so any person can swim easily in seawater than in fresh water because seawater is more dense than the fresh water. So this was all about the exercises of chapter number 2 measurement. We have discussed the exercises and I am sending you the PDF also of these exercises. So do all your work very properly and correctly in your books, and we will also discuss the question answers of this chapter in our next video inshallah. So complete the work in your books and the question answers in your copies of the discussion. Next video will be of question answers. So learn your lesson number 1 also very properly, and we'll also revise lesson 1. Now what is lesson number 1? Lesson number 1 is matter. And what is matter? Anything that has mass and that occupies space is called matter. Now according to the kinetic theory of matter, we know that matter is made up of very small particles which are called atoms or molecules. And a molecule is monoatomic, diatomic, triatomic, tetraatomic and polyatomic. Now what is monoatomic molecule? A molecule that has only one atom is monoatomic, and a molecule that has two atoms is diatomic, and a molecule that has 3 atoms is triatomic, and a molecule that has 4 atoms is tetraatomic, and a molecule that has more than 4 atoms is called a polyatomic molecule. So this is all about molecule, and matter is made up of very very small particles called atoms or molecules, and the particles of matter, they have spaces between them, and the space is called intermolecular space, and these particles, they also attract one another with a force which is called intermolecular force of attraction. So we know that there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Now let's see what are solids. In solids, the particles or molecules are very closely packed, so the intermolecular space is negligible, and intermolecular force of attraction is very strong as they are very compactly or very tightly packed. So they cannot move from their position, they have fixed positions and they just vibrate about their fixed positions, and kinetic energy in solids is minimum. They have a definite shape and a definite volume, as the particles of solids are arranged in a definite manner. But in case of liquids, the particles are loosely packed or less closely packed than solids. So intermolecular space is more than solids in case of liquids, and force of attraction is weak here because they are not so tightly packed. They have some spaces in between them. So the particles in liquid, they can move from one position to another, but within the boundary of the liquid. They cannot leave the boundary, they just move within the boundary of the liquid. So they don't have a definite shape, but they have a definite volume. And in case of solids, the kinetic energy is minimum as they cannot move. But in case of liquids, the kinetic energy of the particles of the liquids is more than the particles of the solids. And in case of gases, the molecules or particles are very very loosely packed, so intermolecular space is much more than solids and liquids. But intermolecular force of attraction is very very weak or negligible. The particles, they can flow in any direction, and they can move in the entire space which is available to them. So the kinetic energy of the particles of a gas is maximum as they are free to move. So they do not have a definite shape or a definite volume because the particles, they are not arranged in a definite manner. They can move everywhere. Now a change of state. What is change of state? It is the change of matter from one physical state to another. As we know that matter can change from one physical state to another, like solid can change into liquid and liquid can change into gas. Solid changes into liquid on melting, and liquid changes into gas on boiling. Gas changes into liquid on condensing, cooling, and a liquid changes into solid on freezing. And solid directly changes into gas, this is called sublimation, and gas directly changes into solid, this is called deposition. So all the states of matter can be changed from one physical state to another. Now, so we can see a relationship in chapter 1 and 2. Chapter 1 is about matter and chapter 2 is about measurement, and there we have done about density. What is density? Density depends upon the molecular arrangement of molecules or particles. So if molecules are closely packed, the substance is more dense. If the molecules are loosely packed, the substance is less dense. So this we have discussed about matter. Anything that occupies space and that has mass is called matter. And in case of density also we have done about mass and volume. So what is mass? Mass is the matter which is contained in that object. And what is volume? Volume is the space which is occupied by the object. So what is density? Density is mass per unit volume of the substance. Now what is relative density? It is the ratio of density of substance to the density of water at 4 degree Celsius. Now we know that the density of water is 1 gram per cubic centimeter. If any substance has density less than 1, it floats. If substance has density more than that of water, more than 1, it will sink in water.